Hey everyone, what's going on? I want to say happy Independence Day to our great nation. Hey Amy, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you, Amy. Haven't seen you in a bit. I'm doing this on my phone. This is my first time, so if I sound kind of awkward, uh, let me know if you can hear me. But yeah, I wanted to say happy 249th birthday to our great nation and celebrate our Independence Day. And if you are, be safe tonight. Do it safely with caution and cause if you're out and about with family and friends. Be cautious. Hi, Sonia. Good to see you, Sonia. Salute. Yeah, this is a great day for our country. Always is, especially those of us who are veterans, currently active duty, um, servicemen members, and reservists, National Guard. Doesn't matter. It's a great day for our country in general to celebrate, and for those who made it possible, who fought in the Revolutionary War. They are the ones that made this possible to break away, fought many of the treacherous battles, the wars, and to eventually break away from the British Empire and from King George III's empire. And we finally got our 13 colonies. So that's the greatest thing for people to remember and for people to teach their kids, young ones who are not being taught this hardly anymore in the schools. But Hank King Corso, good to see you. Thank you very much. Yeah, like this is one of the shirts that I've had for a little bit. I just got it like last month. But yeah, no, I just wanted to do maybe a little short. This is my first time doing a phone. I don't have my laptop with me, so I'm not looking. I'm on the YouTube side of it. So if I'm missing anyone, forgive me. But and if you could hear me, right, Kane Corso, mom, and Sonia, you guys can hear me, right? Um, oh, I forgot to put it. Good to see you, King Amy. If I am kind of frogging out or kind of coming in and out, let me know, please. The three of you that are in here, uh, King Corso, Amy, and Sonia. Okay, good to hear, Amy. Good to thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is my first time using the phone, and I guess it's a new thing now with StreamYard or anything else. You could use your phone. So it's my first time, so I just gotta adapt and overcome and get used to it. So I'm not looking at YouTube or anything, but yeah, it's a great thing. It's a great thing. I'm so proud of our nation, our military right now, especially being a veteran, my family history of it, my brother, my sister, my grandfather as well. It's a great honor, to see how far we've come to being 249 years old today, our great nation, you know, and those that put our military down and demean them, um, that hurts me inside because they do so much for us, and to make this a successful nation. They do so much. People don't realize it. Um, hey, hey, Vic. Good to see you, Vic Ferrari. Good to salute to you. Um, I appreciate that, and I appreciate all those that are currently on active duty. Like I said, reservists, National Guards, all over right now. Wherever they may be, whether it's overseas, in their respective states, here in LA, still doing what they got to do. And, you know, uh, they got families too. People need to understand that they have families, they have a mission they got to carry out. So let's not attack the Marines that are out here in LA or the National Guard. They got families too, and they have a mission. So people should not be attacking them. And that's all I wanted to say on that. They don't understand what it is to be away from families, to put on the uniform every day. If you never served in the military, don't go talking trash about any service member, uh, demean them in any way. And today's supposed to be a day of celebration, of jubilee, everything. of what we've stood for all these years, and everyone should be happy about that. And uh, hi, Susanna, good to see you. Uh, oh, that's good, Vic. I salute to your nephew. Um, I'm happy to hear that he's going to boot camp next month with the Army, and it's great to hear that a lot of our services, Army, the Marines, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, Space Force, a lot of these numbers are climbing up. The recruitment numbers are going up, and I'm proud to see that. Happy to see that. It's very good to see that. You know, and that's what we like to see. You know, and I know that it's you know the the morale is coming up. It's getting up there. You know, everyone has wanting to be serve in the military, and now all of a sudden their morale has risen up because of the of let's just say things from the Department of Defense that has gotten rid of a bunch of negative things that many service members do not like, and do not want to be forced upon. Uh, so a lot of the numbers have risen because certain things have gotten rid of. Been hey Zal, good to see you. But yeah, everyone, I that's why I wanted to do a quick little short one. You know, everyone's Independence Day should be, you know, reflect on this day. You know, yeah, that's fine. You know, have your barbecues with families, with the kids, about fireworks, and you know, and doing whatever. But it's important for them to know what our Independence Day is really about. You know, because like I said, it's not really taught a lot anymore in these schools. Instead, they're being taught other crap that's not, um, what I would say, appropriate. And um, I would not have my son or daughter going to a school like that. Let's just say that um, they're not taught what they should be learning, what they used to teach in the old school days, and even when I went through preschool, kindergarten, middle school, elementary school in the 90s. You know, we were still feeling proud of what we were taught. Thank you, Zal. I appreciate it. You stay safe too, whatever you're doing with your family. You stay safe out there. Um, but yeah, and this is a different thing. I don't know, Zal, if you're still here right now. Um, you know, Thank you, Tommy. Zal, or Tommy, I don't know because I'm using my phone right now, and I don't know if you know how to put a link here if someone wants to come up. Um, I'm not sure how do you do it from the phone aspect. If you guys know how to do it, so I could put it in. I don't know. This is my first time using the phone because I don't have my laptop with. But if you do, you could share the link right there, and I would appreciate it if anyone wants to come up. Not you guys per se, but if anyone else does, you could share the link right there if you guys can, please. I would appreciate that because um, it's my first time again on the phone, and I haven't really paid attention or looked it up on YouTube or Googled it or whatever to figure it out. So, yeah, if any of you in here knows how to share the link, drop my link down here and share it. Please do because again, like I said, I don't know how to do it on the phone. So please, if someone can do that, I would appreciate it. Okay, Tommy, what did you say? Hit invite. Okay, let me see. Where am I looking at here? And copy and paste the link. Then hold down, select pin. Hit invite and copy and paste link. Okay, hold on. Okay, invite. Oh, okay. I see. I got it now. I got it. There you go. I got it. Thank, thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, salute to you. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate you. Yeah. Well, that was so simple. I didn't even know that, but now I know. But I appreciate you. Yeah, you're awesome. Thanks. That's why you are who you are. You know, educating the people, right? Educating. We're always learning something new every day, and I just learned something new right now. So, but but yeah, everyone, yeah, like I said, everyone's with their families and everything, eating hot dogs and burgers by the pool, so nice there, and that's great, man. Eating some dogs, and meaning hot dogs, but sometimes we used to say a little slang and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna go eat some dogs and some burgers by the pool." So nice. Yeah, over there where you're at, I'm sure it is. And yeah, out here, I'm at my sister's place in Anaheim. It's about, I think, like 82 or 83. It's perfect weather right now. Yeah. Um, and but yeah, no, that's good. Uh, I'm hoping you're enjoying your time with the family. Everyone out there. So that's great. Yeah, me, us, we're not really doing much out here. People just shooting out a bunch of fireworks right outside. They got M80s, M100s, and you know, it just, it's just, you know. But I mean, that's the joy in this. I mean, you know, you don't want to get out of hand though, because some cities have laws in place that you can't do fireworks anymore because of people getting hurt, or um, of sparks flying into someone's home and burning a house. So many dangers now these days. It's not like back then. You never used to hear so many dangers, but now it's come to a point. We're in a different era now these days. So, but yeah, if you guys are gonna do fireworks in the cities where you live in, if you're able to, just be careful. Um, I'm not saying for anyone what to do, but I would just minimize them to the small one, the basic ones, the small ones that you could you do with the kids and stuff. Not like bottle rockets or anything like that, but as much as cool as they are. But uh, yes, Tommy, they are good. Yes, they are good. I'm doing better. I haven't worked since May 19th. Uh, yeah, that's the official day. I haven't worked since May 19th. Um, yeah, so I just want to let you know, because I know I had let you know personally. You were one of the ones uh, that I had let know, and yeah, and after we could have a more discussion about that. Um, you know, if you like, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's something that you know uh, that's certain things that we cherish in life. And again, I know I might go off topic a little bit. I said a lot about the Independence Day in the beginning, but we cherish a lot in our life, and certain things though we tend to share uh, with certain individuals that you develop great friendships with. you know, and this is via online, through our YouTube channels, our respective channels that we all hold, and we've met people, and online friendships through everyone, and everyone's endured difficulties, challenges throughout the years, as have been discussed on panels, channels throughout the over years, 2 years that you know I've been here on. I don't know. I think I've had my channel only like a year and a half, so I'm still pretty new. But throughout that time frame, you know, I've heard many, challenges and difficulties with people um, that have endured during their time frames, and a lot of it was hard to hear. And I know because I've endured some of my own personal problems, um, uh, difficulties, and that is some of it is well, majority of it is due from the military service, of course. So sometimes you just need someone to talk to, and I really, I a lot a lot of people I've talked to about it on here. Some of it was live on the air, um, some not. Some have only been a couple individuals that I've developed a real good friendship with online through our panels and channels. And I know I always bring them up a lot, and God rest his soul. But True Les, uh, that he's gone with us, but he's with our great Lord. He was one of them, and uh, he was one of them that I've always discussed what was the issue with me, and and yeah, we miss him. The great person, man, great person, and I appreciate the three of you that were in here because I always say this. I know I could be redundant sometimes, but there's three of you in here, and I would always laugh because when I would be in there and there would be like three or four people, he goes, I don't care if I only had one person or there could be no people in here. I'll still be talking and, you know, uh, uh, preaching to whatever topic is that I want to talk about, and that would make me laugh because honestly, it's to me that's true. I know there's three people. I know I tend not to get um, receive a lot of people here on my channel because I don't bring a lot of drama to my channel. That's the thing, and I picked that up a lot from True LES. And again, like I said, God rest his soul. And I always used to laugh when he would say that, though. I could have zero people right here on my channel right now, and I would still be talking. And the most I ever got one time was like 60 or 70 because all of a sudden some drama started happening, and and then uh, and then numbers started just like going off the hook, and I was like, man, I like this. But that wasn't really my intention to get it going that way. It was just funny because it wasn't so much about me, it was about some other people going back and forth at it that they had an issue with. And it was just funny. It was a funny day that day. But you guys that have been in here, Tommy, I've known Tommy on here via his channel and talking to him when he's been on my panels, and I've been on his panel. He's been on my panel a few times. You know, um, I appreciate him. And and I've known. You know, uh, I know there's been some difficulties with you, Tommy. You've disclosed some of that in the past. But hey, like I said, we all have difficulties. Hey, you overcome them. You get the help you need, and then hey, you stay positive. You become optimistic, and you just move on forward. Don't look at the past, and that's how I kind of see myself. And the Independence Day though is what makes me happy because I forget a lot about the past, and I'm going. This is a special day for us. And it's where forgive my French, but you usually don't hear me curse a lot, but I'm glad we whipped the shit out of the British's ass and broke away from the British Empire and kicked King George the Third's ass, and he felt like a dumbass. And that's probably a lot of words you probably gotta hear from me like that. But yeah, farewell to King George the Third, man. But a lot, uh, yeah. So like I'm saying, people, if you got any problems, medical, health wise, or any mental problems or whatever, don't feel embarrassed, shy, or anything to share that with anyone. not gonna lie, and the four people that are in here, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I got some form of PTSD, and I'm not ashamed to disclose that information. I'm not ashamed, because why would I feel embarrassed about saying that? You know, I'm not. Why would I be ashamed for it? And I don't care if anyone else brings that up somewhere else. I go, still, I'm not gonna go start going other panels and attacking people. I go, it is what it is. God's over watching over me, taking care of me, and there's some other little stuff, but that other stuff I don't want to disclose right now. But with the one thing I just mentioned, God's taking care of me and making sure I'm safe every day. Just like all of us here that have our panels, I know there's always a lot of back and forth with people who hate you, who hate someone, hate him or hate her. Um, there's a lot of grievances, a lot of disagreements, and a lot of back and forths. But it is what it is. We're all human at the end of the day. We're going to disagree with someone. We're going to disagree with that, with him or her. But hey, it is what it is. It's life. We're not always here to please someone. But, you know, in the end, like I said, for me, in my case, God's watching over me and He's protecting me. And like I just mentioned to you, Tommy, and I don't know if you're still in here, I'm not embarrassed to um, tell anyone, like I said, about with the PTSD matter. Because why? Why? I'm not scared of that. I don't care if the whole world knows about it. There's many of my fellow brothers who serve in the Marines, Army, Navy, Air Force, who have the same conditions, and you know, and so they're not embarrassed to say that or whatever. And so I share the same thing with them, and yeah, and so you know, hey, don't worry about it. Salute to you too. Thank you for stopping by. Thank all you guys, 7 of you, to stop by. Hit the like button if you choose to. You don't have to. I don't ask that you have to, but if you feel like you know I'm worthy of it, then feel free to do it. You don't have to. I don't demand that you go ahead and do it, but you know. Um, uh, Hey, Queen Indie Mom. I know it says Indie Mom now, but I try to remember everything is the names. But I say Queen Indie Mom. Hey, Paladin, how you doing? Long time no see, brother. Yeah, I've been around. Um, not I haven't been around that long either. I mean, I've been going here. I've been busy working a lot, man. I really haven't. Sometimes I just come home tired from work. I don't feel like doing it live. After working a long day. I know some do have the energy. Sometimes I don't. I just want to come home, relax, and that's it. Thank you, Super Spy. I appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing. Yes, Sonia. I do agree that negative. I do ignore the negativity others put out. It's not worth my time either. And I know one person, Paladin, knows that. He knows about me already. He's known about my channel for about a year now, and I know he's watched my panels a lot. He usually doesn't comment a lot. Every now and then he would. I think you can agree to that, Paladin. If I'm not, correct me, please. Um, but you've seen how the type of guy I am, and that's how I am. And like I said, I tell people I ignore the negativity, and I mentioned to like Tommy earlier because he was asking me about my health, and I mentioned to him before, and one besides one other matter, and I to people that yeah I got PTSD from when I was my service in the Marine Corps, but I'm not embarrassed to share that. I go, why would I be embarrassed? My important thing for me is I pray, and then God is taking care of me. That's all that matters to me. you know People can start going through all panels already and start sharing everything and saying, oh, Robert said this, Robert said that. Why am I gonna Why am I gonna cry about that? I'm not gonna, cry about that. Again, the important thing is our Independence Day, our our fellow brothers from the 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 Revolutionary War have fought these treacherous battles to gain our independence from the British Empire and King George III. That's the key thing we got to remember. Remember them, and we got to salute. Those are the ones that they went through more rough times than what we go through now. We have more super high technology and everything. If they would have had that during that time, that Revolutionary War would have been over practically within days, a week or 2 weeks, whatever. But no, not, it wouldn't have been going on for months or nothing like that. Uh, Paladin, everyone in here, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Paladin said it's been over 2 years, Robert, and yes, wow, I didn't think it's been over 2 years. I thought my channel was only like uh, a year and a half that I had. I actually haven't looked at it to see when I started it, but I think maybe a year and a half, or if it has been 2 years, I'm like, wow. Um, I'm not around much because no, I agree with you, Paladin, and you know me too. Majority of my panels that I have done, you agree, you can agree probably, you know that it's not about drama. It's just me conversing and just talking to you guys. What's on my mind, and that's it. I don't have a script or a piece of paper in front of me what to talk about. I just talk, free speaking, just what's coming out of my head. That's it. And say, yeah, there's drama everywhere. My mere presence makes some individuals get upset. Don't worry about it, says Robert. You're gonna be good. I told you before. My son is a Marine. He's seen crazy shit. Yeah, you're right. Don't worry about it. And I salute to your son. That he's a Marine and semper fidelis. Meaning always faithful. He knows that. Your son knows that. He's a Marine. Uh, yeah, no, I was Paladin. I was around before starting to go live. Yeah, um, I was. Yeah, I started going around when I started jumping up on when it was Larry, when it was Larry's panels, Larry Blaze, and then that's when I started meeting everyone. Uh, Quick Vic, Tommy, and Angel, and I believe there was a few others. I think, but those were like the main key ones. He, oh, okay. Don't worry about it. He did 10 years. Wow, I did 8 years. Yeah, but yeah, Paladin, the ones I just mentioned, those were the ones that I was around most of the time when I was up with Larry and his panels. Um, yeah, Super Spy. I can't really either. I mean, I don't. And first of all, I really don't have drama. You know, I don't. For what? I don't have beef with anyone. I mean, just hearing the stupid stuff. I mean, I just don't. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't even know what to say. Just hearing it just goes in one ear out the other. I just don't have anything to say, contribute to any drama. I just be like, just leave it alone, man. Just let it go. Why does everyone keep on arguing about stuff that happened a year or 2 years ago or whatever? And I go, just let that stuff go, man. Let's just be positive and happy. Have positive, happy vibes, because what what's eating you up inside is that anger, that angerness in you. That's what makes you look ugly real quick. Your physical features start changing, your face start changing for you being angry all the time, and you know, going at it back and forth with people. That's what your physical features change. You start turning like with your. I don't know. I can't lack a better word. You just start turning like ugly. Your face, your features start turning in a way that doesn't make you look happy anymore. Um, I'm gonna, I'm put, I'm posting my leak here because, like I said, I'm using my phone, people. Um, So this is my first time using my phone, but I left this. I left there for anyone who wants to come up. Uh, I know most of you here, 4 people, are just here to enjoy your Independence Day with family or friends or just by yourself. Whichever one you're choosing to do. But what's it called? That's I'm not doing much. Like I said, I'm just here at home, just with my sister and and brother-in-law and my nephew. Um, my parents are in another place right now, so. Um, but yeah, like I said, um, it's great. It's great to know you, Paladin. I haven't seen you in a while either, but it's great to know you because you know the kind of person I am, and I'm a straight shooter. You know, what I say, I'm pretty honest with people. I don't go out spewing lies you know, or drama about no one else. you know I could make up some stuff right now just so I could get numbers and stuff or whatever views and stuff, but that's not me. That's not who I am. That's not my character. And that's not what I want. And if the 7 people in here, if any of you choose to, feel free to go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. You don't have to. I'm just providing you my content. And and if you like what you hear and you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe. And I'll do my best to continue to provide more content. Um, and But yeah, feel free to subscribe. Also, if you're not a subscriber, but hit the thumbs up button if you haven't. But again, you're not obligated to. I'm not forcing anyone. If you just want to hear my content, what I have to say, then it's at your own choosing as well. And I appreciate everyone always to stop in here and listen to what I'm saying and talking about. And if you're bored, then you could just you know go away, exit, and go to another panel or something. You know, I enjoy talking to the people, everyone that's in here. Because for me, it's a great thing to communicate with everyone. Communication skills are key. You know, and that's what many people have lost these days. Communication. Um, get along or move on. That's what Paladin says. Get along or move on. Let me see. I'm, I'm putting on a. I'm trying to see. Oh, okay. Like I told you, Paladin. I'm. This is my first time using the phone for this, so I'm still messing around with it. So I just hit put on stage, so I didn't know what that was honestly. So I hit it. So now I know what that means. So okay. So now I know what show on stage means. Show on stage means show it on stage. Okay. So now I know. um, Numbers mean nothing. Yeah, facts. Paladin. Quality, loyalty over quantity. False friends. That's true. I concur with that. I concur with that. Yeah, and I don't care about the numbers. And again, I gotta always bring this up. God rest his soul. But I know Paladin. Remember the great True Rally S. God rest his soul. He passed away over a year ago, if I recall correctly. Uh, he would always, when I would talk to him on his panel or even in the chat, he would even just in general tell the people. He goes, I could have one person in here or 0 people, and I'd still be talking, free speaking, free falling my my words because I'm not here for numbers, views, or drama. This ain't a drama channel here. Mine ain't really either. Sometimes I'll hear someone out what they got to say about someone, but I really don't want to because then it's gonna attract people over here, and that's not what I want. But True LES 2 was one of the biggest ones that I got a lot of insight and uh, teaching skills about the StreamYard and how to run panels and stuff like that. And I'm thankful and grateful he did, because I sure did. Um, that's right. Don't worry about it. R.I.P. LES. And I'm happy I was able, maybe, I don't know, maybe about 2 months or 3 months before his passing, I was able to get one of his shirts that he started to sell, and I still have it. I still fit in it. I wear it in there. He was. Don't worry about it. Too. I used to love going to his panels when I would get the opportunity. Sometimes I would just go up there for like 1 or 2 minutes, and I would just say, I would be like, "Hey, True, I just wanted to pop up and say, hey, I'm here. I just want to say what's up." And he would be like, "Hey, that's awesome." And just say, "Hey," and then after that, then I would just log back that out, exit out, and that was it. That's so much how I appreciated him because of that. Hey, hey, Dagmar, good to see you. You're exactly right too, Dagmar. R.I.P. LES, true LES. Yep, you remember him very well, just like I did. When I used to hop on there for like 1 or 2 minutes, like I just mentioned, I would just be out, like I'll be outside and just be, yeah, I'm just here, just wanted to say what's up to everyone up there, um, and just let everyone see me and say what's up. I'm doing good, and just doing some errands right now, and just wanted to stop up and say what's up to everyone. And that was it. And then I would jump off the panel and then go do my things. And so that's why, like I said, it was a great thing to have him around. And he's always be missed. Yeah, yeah, yes, exactly right, Dagmar. We could use these over here on these streets, yeah, because there's so much stuff going on now. I honestly, Dagmar, I mean, I, like, I don't know a lot. I hear a lot of stuff, but I honestly don't know. I don't pay attention. I don't know. I don't keep up with it. I don't follow the stuff because of it's not of significance to me. So that's why I don't. There's no need for me to follow that stuff. So, and all of you that have been with me, subscribed to me since day one, about 2 years approximately now, according to Paladin, and you've been following me. I believe it's 2 years, like you mentioned earlier. Scroll down the chat. Um, uh, but I think it does say on there too when you first created your channel. Um, but if it's been 2 years, I'll be like, wow, damn. I was like, that's actually, I think it has, because I remember when I was doing lives, and I was I'm not gonna lie, when I was working night shifts, I was in Africa at the job site, and that was in 2023. So yeah, I'm guessing it's maybe almost 2 years. I'm guessing, or two, right on the dot. Um, Yeah, exactly right, Dagmar. I don't know what's what. I don't know who said what yesterday or last week, or who said that or he said that. It's like all like kids, little kids fighting. Like, oh, mommy, he said that, or daddy, she said that, or they're pointing fingers back and forth, and I don't know, man. I go, who cares about that stuff? I'm just here to just preach to everyone, just have a cordial conversation with everyone about, just daily things in life. That's it. About life, what's going on in life, how's everyone doing, wherever they're at. If, like you, Dagmar, I believe, if I recall correctly, I forgot you're in Europe. I forgot what country in Europe. If you could refresh my memory, you see, because I forget. But everyone else, we, I just like to talk about stuff like that. Where's everyone, from, or where you're at? How is it hot? Or is it cold? Or what's the lifestyle out there in that environment over there? Like people, obviously me here, um, me being from LA, Los Angeles. There's the within the past month, it's been pretty hectic out here, but it's a lot of craziness going on here too. Oh, oh, I thought Dagmar, I thought you were in Europe for some reason. I don't know. You see, I was wrong. But oh yeah, see now you're messing me up. You're messing around with my head now. See, she's in Belgium. Yeah, and we actually have some work coming up in Belgium. And like as you know, as a lot of I do contracting work with our government and stuff. So, we go to all over the places, and I think soon we might have some work coming up in Belgium. No, it's all right. Don't worry about it. Uh, I would love to go to Belgium, but yeah, we might have some work coming up there, uh, because our military, we work along with the British, the French, and the Germans, and also on that, and we got the NATO troops out there. You know, you got you got in last year sometime. I was in what's that city in Italy? Uh, Way south, Naples. I was in Naples, Italy, for like maybe about 3 weeks, just helping out with a small project. I enjoyed it. It was beautiful, you know. Um, uh, Wait, hold on. Let me read something was coming up. Um, who I don't know who I heard is. I don't know if anyone in the chat knows who I heard. I don't know who I heard is. Uh, Someone put Sergeant Reese. Are you still blocking Dutchy from coming to the U.S.? Well, I don't know what that comment is. I don't know. I don't know. I know that was something that was a comment that I had made. I don't know, last year sometime. But that was something that wasn't even a serious thing. That was just a comment that I made out of anger. And you see, I'm being straightforward with everyone. That was just a comment that was made out of anger, you know. It, and I'm sure someone's probably clipping this or whatever, restreaming, and I don't care, you know. I and who says to give me who gave me authority to block someone from coming into this country? I don't have that authority. You gotta go and talk to DHS about that, CBP or whoever. Go talk to them about that. I don't have authority. uh, yeah, go talk to them. Yeah, or TSA people because they're the ones that allow people in the airport. So, or coming into our country. So I can't. So you see people that there's some right there. Some of that drama right there. I go, um, about blocking her. I go, I don't. Like I said, I don't have that power to do that. You got to talk to someone else. Um, okay, don't worry about it. It wasn't bad, Robert. Even okay, yeah, no, I remember it was in the nighttime one time, and I had said it out of anger though. Yeah, I because something was going on. Like I think I forgot what it was, but it wasn't between me and her. It was it was in regards to something else that was being discussed, and then I got upset about it, and so then that's when that comment for me came up about it. I can't remember what it was. If someone could find it, that clip, then I would want to see it again, just so yeah, I get the laugh out of it. But again, that was just something that came out of my mouth that because I was in that moment of time, it was just anger, which we all get. We sometimes we say things out of anger in the moment, and we might not mean what it means, but you're angry, you get angry, caught up in the moment that you say something ludicrous and out of hand, and and you didn't really mean it, and that's probably what occurred that night. Um, oh yeah, I know Dagmar. It's just a joke that still goes around. I know that. I heard it. I think a few weeks ago. I think I was on uh, Lower Doc's panel, and I was just in the chat. I wasn't on the panel or nothing. I was just and I was just saying hi, and then someone had brought it up on the panel. Yeah, I don't even know either, but I know Paladin. If you're still in here, and I don't know how frequently you look at panels now, or you rarely do. Um, but you know how it is. You know how it is these days. I'm sure every now and then, I'm pretty sure you peep around somewhere, or you'll be hiding behind the bushes sometimes, and you know, or maybe not. I could be wrong, but I've always had admired you and had a lot of respect for you, and I'm being frank about that. You know. Uh, wait. What does this mean? I heard. I just wanted to know if she can come now because Cheesehead needs a housekeeper. uh, well, like I said, I don't know. Cheesehead needs a housekeeper, and she's the one, and he chose her. Oh, that's hilarious. uh, oh, I know Dagmar. You said it's like quick living on this porch. People now asking if he finally has a roof over his head. Nowadays, people joking around. I know people are always saying stuff, and like it's just like stuff, drama, word like how do you call, like rumor just goes around, like, oh, I heard, and he heard, she heard, and this and that. I go, yeah, my truck broke down. I can't go to work no more. And then someone hears that, and then the word starts going around. Oh yeah, Robert said, Sergeant Devil Dog said his truck broke down. Now he can't work. And then all that word just start going around. Paladin said Dagmar Dutchy was arguing with someone, Vic, Doc, or someone, can't remember who. Sergeant Reese was on panel, got aggravated, and said that, okay, Paladin, thanks for bringing that to my attention. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. So that was probably it right there, and I think that was it. It was something in regards to um, her saying something about either one of them, and that's what got me angry and aggravated. Dagmar, no hard feelings to nobody. No, I don't have no hard feelings to anyone. It's just you know, sometimes though, you know, like if someone came up here right now and started cussing me out or doing whatever, I'm not gonna get into an argument. I'm just gonna just stay silent, just gonna my I'm gonna my beautiful smiling face that people like to see every day. They don't like to see angry yelling faces. You know, why not? Why wouldn't you want to see this beautiful smiling face? What uh, don't people like to see smiling faces in life? Content? Wouldn't you want to be content? Why do you want to be angry all the time, every day in life, and on a panel, on an online streaming device? You know, uh, for what? You don't know this person. It's ridiculous. Dagmar put right. My Paladin, I was there, but I can't remember what really happened. But I remember Robert saying he was gonna keep. Yeah, I remember. I did say that though. I remember saying that though. I do remember saying that though. uh, Facts, Dagmar. That was so funny. Yeah, no, but yeah, I ain't denying that. I did say that to that effect. Uh, I think I forgot it was. I believe it was. Uh, yeah, I believe I said. Yeah, you're not. I believe I said it like, no, you're not coming into this country no more because um because this wall is coming up now, or the wall is up, or their CBP, whatever, they ain't gonna let you in. I know people that work with them and from the Marines and stuff, and they ain't gonna let you in, whatever. And I know people. I'm gonna make a phone call and that I'm gonna tell them not to let you, something like that. That wasn't exactly. So just for the record, what I just said, that wasn't exactly how it was, but it was something to that effect. Yeah, no, yes, Dagmar. I know I had just came back from Buffalo Wild Wings. I went over, met up with like I said, a fellow Marine friend, uh, who I served with in 29 Palms. I had First Battalion, Seventh Marines is the actual unit. I was in a com platoon, short for communications platoon, obviously, and so I met up with him. I haven't seen him in a while, and yeah, we just went over there, just had mostly just some drinks and stuff, and just a couple of wings, and but yeah, I won't deny that. Yeah, I was I was a little intoxicated. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, or inebriated, if you want to say, um, not to a point though where like I could still have like so many drinks and I wouldn't even be all angry, upset. It was just like we were saying earlier. It would, like Paladin said, it could have been said something occurred talking about Vic or Doc about it, and that's what sparked it. That's where the anger came out because when they were talking about him, either one of them, and then something sparked it. One of those things, and about okay, just by saying that, now I'm not gonna, we're not gonna let you into this country, something like that. So, yeah, but yeah, it was fun times, Paladin. I agree. Everyone had a good laugh at it. It did. Yeah, it was. But I try not to do that. You know me, Paladin. You know me. I try. When you saw that day, that way that I was, you know before after before that, when had you ever seen me uh before, like that, kind of get into it with an individual, like uh, into it, like getting into an argument that uh, I don't think before that little small incident, I don't think anyone before I've ever got into it like that, you know. And yeah, and like you say, really never. Uh, I agree. Really never. I never have. Uh, I agree. I agree with that. But it was just that, yeah, like it's like we look at this stuff now, and it's just fun times, funny times. You look back a year ago, and some of the stuff that was said was stupid, just drama, just nonsense. It was just hilarious. You look back at some of the stupid stuff that was said, that was happening, some of the videos that were being shared, and like emojis, but like video clips that were the some that's still funny, like, some of that stick in my head. I can't remember, but you look back at them and we're like, man, those are funny times. um, I heard said Dutchy is really good at finding someone's button and pushing it over and over. And I heard, well, which button is that? Yeah. But Super Spice, some things are funny, but now people are going real life on everyone, and it's not cool. You know what, Super Spy? Um, I think those are facts because the last couple of days, weeks or so, whatever. When I go up every now and then on the panel, uh, most of the time I'm just hearing a lot of the talk, this nonsense talk about stuff, and I can't believe what I'm hearing about. And that's why I refrain from um, engaging in that type of conversation because that's not me. That's not who I am. Yeah, regardless if it has nothing to do with me, I've never heard of it. I refrain from any conversations at that level because it's not who I am or whatever. You know. Um, uh, Dagmar put, I heard nowadays things go on in real life, nothing funny about it anymore. Yeah, exactly right. Super Spy said, people and families are being destroyed. It's not right. I agree, Super Spy. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that right there. People and families are being destroyed. It's not right. Yeah, you got you got people saying one thing about this family or his family or her family or saying something about someone's past, about your drug addiction or this or that. I mean, so what? That was back then. Let people correct themselves. Let people fix themselves. You know, I don't care if you're a cocaine addict, whatever. I don't care if you were that before a year ago or 2 years ago. As long as you're doing stuff I'm not going to judge you because that's not for me to judge. God is the one that judges people. I could just observe you and just, wonder, just be curious. Like, how did he or she become like that? Was it his parents or the way he grew up in life? I'm not, I'm not gonna demean that individual for being like that in the past or whatever he or she did. I'm not. you know that's not. I don't believe that's right, and I wouldn't bring it up talking about it here about any individuals who in their past had rough times. you know because I'm sure all of us had sometime in our life probably had rough times. I know I have, been in the military, especially. And you know some of the stuff I can't say, and there's a reason why. uh, some stuff is too sensitive, some stuff um, emotionally hurts to talk about. Yeah, Dagmars is true. Who are we to judge? We can have an opinion, but we are not entitled to judge. Yeah, exactly right, Dagmar. You're exactly right. Yep, 100% right. Facts. And Paladin, what he said, oh, sorry. People grow and they also regress. Correct. It's how they handle it is what makes them who they are, for the better or the worse. Right. Right. Yeah. You also, like you said, you're in a current, a drug addict, alcoholic, or whatever it may be. You know, there's ways to help correct those matters, but it's you as an individual who are willing to seek those matters and how to correct yourself. And that's exactly right. And you know if you just continue to keep going the route that you're going, the negative route, then there's nothing we can do to help you out. It's we can't do nothing. And that's why a lot of veterans too are messed up. You know, I hate to see them like that. And a lot of them are out. Drug addicts. You know, they're addicted alcoholics and stuff, and it's hard to get help for them. That's what hurts me. Our own government can't even take care of our veterans, man. That's what pisses me off. You know, um, you know, you could tell at a point already. There's a point where you can't help no one out no more. They're at a level. Let's just say if they're a drug addict or something, they already been messed up in the head. Like if they've been taking, cocaine or meth or whatever drugs they're on, whichever ones they're taking, you could already tell when people, where there's someone ready in the head, they can't, you can't help out no more. They're at a level where, you know, you can't talk to them. They're already zoned out of, you know, civility, life, and you can't help. It's sad. I hate to see that, and anyone like that goes through that. And but let me get back to super. I heard put um, Dagmar. I agree. It's not fun to even watch anymore. I'm glad there are good people around still, like you and Sergeant Reese. Hey, I appreciate that. I heard salute. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. I really do mean that. I don't say that to brag about it or anything. I really do mean that. I appreciate that. As much as I'm not on, streaming live, a lot of times, but when I do, you know, I do, but I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Um, Welcome back, King Corso Mom. You might have been just not you might have still been listening. You might have just been busy washing dishes or just sitting down having a cup of coffee, water, cocktail, or some mineral water. I just threw all those options out there, you know. uh, Let me see. uh, Dagmar, wish you right. Appreciate that. I heard I don't consider myself as a good person, but I try. No, you are a good person, Dagmar. You always have been since I've known you, um, from the YouTube channel and the environment that I've been on, and knowing you and your channel, and then you're walking with the through the forest. The ones that I've seen. Great, great places, great environments that you show as well. You know, Paladin said veterans did not get the support they needed for years. It finally started to get slightly better after 2000. Yeah, it did. It did slightly. It did. Um, I honestly can't really say like now within these couple of years if it's at the point where you know it should be. Again, I'm not one that's tracking these numbers or to the VA or anything. I don't see these numbers or these documents or you know but it's hard. It really is hard. um, but for me it does. It does hurt me a lot though. Dagmar says 2:17 a.m. for me. My husband fell asleep on the sofa. I'm gonna sneak upstairs and take advantage of a bed for myself. Okay. Um, all right, Dagmar. Well, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Salute to you. I appreciate you. You know, Hopefully when I come live again, hopefully you can stop by again. Even, like I said, it don't have to be the whole time I'm here. I might be here shortly soon, but again, even if it's for a minute, and hey, as long as you show up and say hi, I'll be happy with that. And that's it. King Corso Mom, uh, our veterans should never be homeless or struggling. It's a damn shame. I agree. I agree with that, King Corso Mom. Yeah. Uh, Out here in LA, there are a lot of veterans who are homeless and down Skid Row and stuff. It's horrible. It's horrible. You know. Yeah. Happy 4th of July to all Americans. That from this is coming from Dagmar. Thank you, Dagmar. We appreciate that very much. Thank you. Yeah, take care, Dagmar. Also, yeah, salute to you. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you again soon. Later, Dagmar. Coming from Paladin. Dagmar, have a nice evening, everyone. Catch you all later. Catch you all later, and then sometimes, or we say, catch you on the flip side, or be like peace. um, but yeah, yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad we had everyone in here. Now it's 9 individuals in here. A lot of you I've known throughout the years. I'm gonna say, yeah, 2 years now. Um, have been great people, been great individuals that I've known, and uh, via online, through our YouTube channels or streams that I've chatted with in the chats. I don't know you personally in person, but you all have been great people. And and I appreciate that because and like I know, like probably didn't know he's known me even before I started my channel. I don't know about Dagmar. I don't know about you, King Corso Mom. I don't know. But for sure, Paladin. Yeah. Um, you know, I know I'm not a channel that's like bringing up content, like saying, okay, today, well, I'm gonna be talking about, you know, what am I doing at home? Okay, I'm gonna show everyone how to cook a steak or a cooking channel or whatever. I could do that maybe one of these days, or show people how I'm gonna mess up something or whatever, and embarrass myself live or in the whole world or whatever. Nah, but I could do something. Sometimes though, I just feel like just talking whatever's on my mind, and some things that I disagree with, some things I agree with, you know, and that's just who I am, and and that's who I am. Like I'm wearing this shirt right now, like patriotic shirt. It says, you know, I will support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And when I went to Buffalo Wild Wings again the other day with my friend. A guy who was walking out. He's like, he goes, man, that's a badass shirt you're wearing. And I said, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So, you know, it's stuff like that. When you get, props for that, it really means a lot. It says a lot about someone, and I always tend to wear a lot of patriotic shirts. That's just me, who I am, because I'm proud of, being an American and having served in the military and the Marines. That's just me, how I am, you know. Um, and I have a bunch of friends from the Marines who live in Texas and are from Texas, and trust me, and if you want to talk about real patriots being patriotic, though they are some of the most patriotic patriots I've ever worked with, served with as well, and I love them, man. My friends, they're great people. Hey, Quick Vic, salute. Good to see you, man. I just been here, just doing a happy Independence Day to everyone. King Corso said, "Paladin makes me so mad." Yeah, um, me too, King. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's all about the patriotism that I have, um, and I tend to express it a lot, and that's just who I am, it, and everyone can see that as well by a lot of my background that I put sometimes, as well as my top right. You can see it says U.S. Marine veteran, but obviously you have a Marine veteran that's his knee down. He's uh, uh, another individual Marine has perished, and so I always tend to share what I'm expressing, what's inside of me. And so that's why I always have a lot of patriotic stuff, you know, and so um and yeah, and that's what I mean, and I'm always proud of, as every American should be proud of our military, and everyone should be proud of them. Whether coins, catharsis, um, it's good to see you. Thank you. Um, um, like I said, people might, our own fellow Americans might say, no, we're not the greatest military in the world. We suck at building ships, or they talk negative about us. Yeah, own Americans. They'll say, oh, no, it's not us that have the best military. The Chinese are the ones that they're all advanced, or the Russians are. Well, these are just some negative people, you know. You don't have your own faith in your own country and your own military, that you can't even talk about positive stuff about your own military, you know. And you're you're the only reason why you get up every morning, you know, and are able to have the freedoms to do whatever you want, you know. Um, and that's why I'm always so proud. Um, the past month, all these crazy protesting, some people rioting out here in my city, county of Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles, horrible things happening. People throwing stuff at the cops, at the National Guard. If and we have about 700 Marines active duty still out here. Trust me, if I were able to still put on that uniform, I would have went down there myself. I wouldn't care what happened to me. I would go down there because to help out my brothers out there, you know, uh, the Marines and my National Guard. I won't let anyone hurt those guys. No, people need to respect our military, and you know, and that's one thing I don't mess with. People demeaning our military or talking trash about them. No, you could you could hate our country all you want, and I don't like to talk political a lot, but you could hate our country, you could hate our, whoever the leaders are of our country. Well, you have the option. You can go live in another country. That's what I always say. You know, you have the freedom to depart this country via airplane or railway to the north or to the south and further south. You know, so that's all I have to say for that. Um, Keynes catharsis. Their Marxist college teachers are proud. Yeah, if anyone doesn't like our military, they are welcome to move to another country and see how they like it there. Exactly, exactly, Kane Corso. That's that's the perfect comment. Exactly what I just said. Yep, exactly. No man left behind. Yep, appreciate it, Kane. Kane catharsis. I appreciate that. And yeah, and like I said, um, it's hard. It's a lot of this stuff is going on right now here in LA, especially. A bunch of this stuff. I'm not into really social media a lot, like like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I I do have my Facebook account. I do, but I only use it mostly just for sharing informative stuff, like financial stuff, what's going on in our financial stuff, economic stuff, or stuff that's informative about what's going on, you know, within our country, saving food and water for emergencies, preparing for, you know, exigent circumstances, stuff like that. Not not stupid, ridiculous nonsense stuff. That's all I do. Instagram too. I have an Instagram. You know, I chat with friends. Some of them. And the reason why is too because a lot of my buddies that I served with in the Marines have these social media apps, and those are the only two I have: Instagram and Facebook. And that's because a lot of them have them, and there's sometimes we go on our groups and we have a chat group, and that's mainly it too because a lot of them have it, and I don't want to ever lose my relationships with my fellow Marines that worked for me. I was their supervisor, I was their sergeant, and ones that um, got out before I did, and so we always still keep in touch, and that's why I like that. Um, I like to stay in touch with them, and it's hard to it's, it's hard to especially here right now. Like like I said, I don't like to get a lot of political stuff, but everyone knows what's going on right now throughout the U.S. and but here in L.A. County and Orange County, a lot of stuff is going on. You know, DHS wise, border CBP, ICE stuff. Um, it's you know it's hard to describe some of the information. You know, um, some of it is like, well, there's some unprofessional, inhumane actions that do occur that I've seen. Um, and there's other stuff that should not be occurring. And that's really all I can say because, again, I can't make a judgment on any of this stuff. Um, I'm not here to do that. I'm not a lawyer, or attorney, or I'm not a judge, so I can't I can't do that. But that I want to just get away from that already. But yeah, and like I said, you know, I would never ever move to any other country. I would always stay in this country. If I don't like the state of California anymore, then I would move to another state. That'll be the gist of it. So instead of you not liking this country, you can move to another country. But me, no, it won't be. If I don't like California anymore, then all right, I'll go with my uncle. I'll go to Oregon, or my brothers in Washington State, or something like that. So uh, what Kane? Um, Kane, I said I've been to Mexico so many times. I know to be grateful. Exactly, and and we are grateful. We're grateful to be here. And it hurts me to see when people are burning, spitting the American flag and stuff, especially as a veteran. I mean, if you're on active duty too, it should hurt you a lot the most too. For our grandfathers, our forefathers from the past who have fought, you know, these wars and get our for our for actual freedoms, and to see that's that's horrific for me. You know, um, that just hurts me a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I go because if you would grab any country's flag and go to that country, like their main square or wherever, and put that on fire or lit it on fire, who knows what they would do to you? Either they'd kill you, torture you. Well, for sure you're gonna get locked up, but you'll probably get tortured or something like that. So people are lucky, they're able to burn, spit on the American flag here. I don't condone that. Obviously, it hurts me though because my grandfather was a Marine also in World War II, and those the Vietnam vets as well, the Gulf War vets, the vets from Operation Enduring Freedom from Afghanistan, Operation Iraqi Freedom for those that served in Iraq. This is all. It's disgusting to see people be doing this, you know, and it just I just wish that this could all stop now. You know, I love this country just like anyone else. You know, and like I said, the political environment is it's getting to a point where it's people are be fighting all the time. Um, and all I have to say is, look, man, you know, look, people don't like this president, administration, whatever. The next one that comes in, whoever it may be, is not gonna like it either. So you can't please anyone, right? What if I became the president in 4 years? Are people gonna like me? Probably not. I'm pretty sure people won't like me. And you know, you got people saying that you know the point I'm trying to make is you got people out here in the streets protesting, rioting out here in this LA, saying that the president is a king. This is no kings or whatever. They're fascists or social or communist, whatever. I go, first of all, a lot of these people out here in the streets of LA are, I'm trying to think of another word for stupid. Mm, I know one I can use. They're illiterate. They are stupid because I bet you if you go up to someone, you ask them what's the difference between if you want to say the current president is a fascist, okay, what's the definition of a fascist? You say he's a communist. What's a communist? You say he's a communist president. What's the definition? If he's a dictator, then what's a dictator definition? And what's a socialist? All right. If you went to ask any one of those people in the streets, I bet you 99% of those people would not be able to tell you the definition of a fascist, a socialist, a communist, or a dictator, or a despotism. I bet you anything. I bet you anything. And you got all these people. It's just that's what gets me. And first of all, how can these people marching saying no kings and just because we have a military parade? I love that. That's a proud thing to be for our country. You see kids waving the American flag. Average Americans happy there. We're being patriotic. We've never had this. I go, this is a great thing. People people say, you know, that um, that the president's a king. And again, I'm in no way advocating anything for the current president and saying that, oh, people need to support him. I'm just pointing out facts. I go, well, if people say the current president is a king or whatever, I go, first of all these people that are protesting, they wouldn't be protesting. They all be locked up, right? Locked up in prison, tortured, or whatever. I go, if they were kings, then the the our U.S. Constitution, our Bill of Rights, all that stuff would be out the door. That wouldn't even be legit anymore. You know, we wouldn't even have the Congress wouldn't even be here. It would just be one rule party. So that's what gets me. The people don't know what what they're saying. Uh, Super spy. My husband came to our country when he was 2 years old. Well, I'm great to hear that. That makes me happy. When he was 2 years old. His parents went through hell to come here legally. When he graduated high school, he enlisted and served in the army. Oh, salute to that. Super Spy. He is a proud American. Well, I'm happy to hear that. Well, I am a proud American too, and everyone should be. And I see all these clips. I don't watch the news a lot. I watch a lot of independent people, podcasters. I listen to a lot, like um, um, uh, people that come on like Joe Rogan show and other. There's uh, one of the a former Navy SEAL that does podcasts and stuff. These are great people, true patriots that care about our country. Um, and and they you talk to them or you listen to the people they interview, and you know they're amazing. These are true Americans. You know, the average person like me and you, my people in my audience right now, they're average true Americans, hard workers. They get up early in the morning, break their backs, go to work. You guys are the hardworking ones, not the people out there in the streets arguing and whatever. And you know, and it's just, and that's what gets me upset. Um, Super Spy. It is heartbreaking to see what these numbchucks are doing out there, burning our flag. It is so infuriating. I agree, Super Spy. I wish we could do something about that. If I were the president or whatever, if I could make a law or something, I I I would institute. It would be a mandatory, either 5 years in prison or 10 years in damn federal prison. I like again, forgive my French, but I really don't like that. But fuck it, if you burn or spit an American flag right there at a protest or riot, automatically you're going to 5 years federal prison. No, no, no appeals, nothing. You're going straight to prison. Yeah, I go that this should not be occurring, not in this country. Paladin says that's awesome. So glad he felt the need to show his gratification to the country to do that. Yeah, exactly, Paladin. Yeah, I agree with that. And I know what you're reading from Super Spy. Yeah, but there was something though that I read that I believe it was a case in the U.S. Supreme Court. I believe it was 1988 or 89. There was something that said that I guess the outcome was it wasn't illegal to burn the flag or spit or whatever because it was still some form of expression of freedom of speech. Um, I, I I didn't read like the whole opinion. Whoever wrote the opinion for the court during that time, but it had said something. It had to do still with the freedom of speech, you know, and so that's why it was that. And guess what? One of his favorite show is Have Gun Will Travel. That's my dad loves that too. Thanks a lot, Quick Vic. I appreciate you. Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, you're amazing. Thanks a lot. Yeah, appreciate you. I know you're a hardworking man as well. And like I was telling everyone earlier. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but yeah, everything's going good though. I'm doing good, and we're all having a good conversation here about anything. And Paladin knows that. He's known me way before I've had my channel, and and what did Paladin say? No, no prison. Just send them the heck out of the U.S. where they have no. Yeah, well, you know what, Paladin? You know what? That's actually a good one. Yeah, let me put that. Hold on. Thanks. I haven't typed in here at all, but I got for sharing it out my channel. Um, no, that's a good one, Paladin. I got to show this one right here. He goes, yeah, because I had mentioned that if you were burning or spitting an American flag at a protest or riot or just in general, you get an automatic 5 years in federal prison and no chance of appeal or whatever. And Paladin said, no prison. Just send them the heck out of the U.S. to China or Russia where they have no free speech. That's a great one. Yeah, you know what? I would agree with that. You know, that's a good. That's funny. No quick. I do actually now. Let me see. Uh, let me. I do now. Just through this way because I'm using my phone now. So, but I don't know how to pin it from my phone. I don't know if you can or not. I think you were using your phone last time, but this is how I did it. Uh, like this. I'm just yeah. I just go to guest and then I hit invite guest and then I put copy and then I paste it right there when I in my spot where I post a comment. Yeah. So, because I'm using my phone, right? I'm not using my laptop. Yeah, but the reason why I just figured it out was earlier. Uh, Tommy D came on, and and we were chatting for a little bit, and then um, he had uh, he had shared that with me, so I was like, oh, okay, it was so simple too. And I go, oh well, we learn something new every day, right?
Yo, what's
Yeah,
up, buddy? What's going on?
that
You
you
all
right
right?
there.
Yeah, that's me. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good, bro. Can you hear that?
Yeah, that's good.
Can you hear that music in the background? Oh shit!
A little. What happened?
They're lighting fireworks off. Shit's
Oh,
loud.
I thought something blew up. Yeah, fireworks are blowing up.
Yeah, big time, bro.
Yeah, earlier over here too, people are doing like M80s, M100s.
Crazy. Damn.
Well, thanks for
How do?
popping up for a few minutes, and happy Independence Day, 4th of July to you, and hope everything's going good.
Hell yeah. Thank you for your service too, Robert.
Yeah,
You know
thanks.
I
I
appreciate
appreciate that.
you.
I
So,
appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, no, everything's been good, lately. Yeah, I've been staying at my sister's place right now here in Anaheim. So,
I
yeah.
forgot how to put my, because I'm your admin, so I can't change my avatar.
Y-
I
Are
don't
you using
think.
your phone? Your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
'Cause
am too.
I see everything you see right now on your
Okay.
phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, I didn't know how to share it earlier, and then Tommy came on, and then in the
oh, did it? Cool.
in the chat,
Yeah.
and then he showed explained how to do it. It was so simple. Yeah, just go to guest invite
Copy.
guest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
It's easy.
yeah, okay, now I know how to do it. Yeah.
But usually I can get to your backstage through StreamYard, and I didn't see it anywhere. I don't know what happened. Damn, that
Yeah.
shit's loud.
It, it, Super Spy says you're frogging. I don't know if you still are. Is he Super Spy? I don't hear him.
Oh yeah, I can fix that. I'm only gonna be up here a minute. I just want
Yeah.
to come up and say thanks, man. I shouldn't be frogging now.
Yeah, no, that's good. I appreciate it. Yeah, I figured everyone else is, with their families and just spending time with it. So that's why
I
I go,
did that
oh,
earlier. I did that this morning and this afternoon.
oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, it's good. Good to have you up here. And yeah, and,
Like old
don't
times.
forget to
Here
hit
comes
my
my,
cash app.
my cash app, B.
I know, right? Yeah, yeah. No, we're just messing around, people. Everyone in here knows we're joking around. So, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, no, everything else has been good. Just I'm probably in a few weeks. I'll be heading to Korea to go do a little contract over there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, to South Korea, that is, not North Korea.
cool.
Yeah, probably for like 4 months or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because we got our one of our army bases out there. So
that's cool.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah. I look forward to it. And I love the food too. I love Korean
I
barbecue.
bet. I
I love
bet.
Korean barbecue is awesome.
I bet. I never had it. I've had it, but not like over there. You know, it's
Yeah,
authentic.
yeah, authentic. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, other than that, yeah, that's about it.
All right. I just want to come up and say hi, Robert.
All right.
I'll be in the chat listening.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thanks. Quick.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you.
Always,
All
always.
right. All right. Have a good
Peace.
one. Take care.
Peace.
All right. Peace. Hi, Maria Olivares. Good to see you. Happy 4th of July also. I think Vic is still up here, Paladin. I don't know. Is he? Oh, I don't know. He probably. Oh, okay. No, now it's just me. Yeah. I think he had just froze, and I just removed him from the stage. So don't think I just kicked you off. Yeah, no, Maria. No, I ain't going to no North Korea. I'll be in South Korea probably for about 4 months or so. Yeah, that'll be it. But yeah, yeah. You see, everyone. I don't. Um, like I said, I don't bring all the attention to me. Like, yeah, I got the 7 people in here in the chat, and I appreciate everyone that's in here right now. I appreciate you all. It's great to have you all people listening to my content because, again, like I said, I'm just here speaking, what's on my mind, and all of you great people in here that have been listening to me since I started or been popping in and out other places. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. And I don't need 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 people to listen to me. Small group is even fine, because you guys, you know, mean a lot to me, and I like to communicate what's on my mind because sometimes, you know, we gotta convey a message to the people that we become great online friends with via the YouTube channels, the StreamYard channels, and like that. And I think sometimes that's a great thing because, especially for some of us veterans and those that have PTSD, such as like myself, it's difficult at times, and sometimes when we create a channel like this, it actually does help out because we're talking to everyone, and if I bring someone up on the panel, it's great because we're all talking to each other. We're just discussing about life or what's going on, and we're just joking around, and hey, I'll say it again, we're just bullshitting, bullshit talking, just having fun, and it releases a lot of the stress, what's on the head, what's in the head, you know, and if it forgets, stuff from the past while in the military. So, what has caused that specific condition, you know? So that's why being with everyone in here, it always helps me out too, because I enjoy talking to you guys, whether it's in the chat or if you come on. Okay, Quick Vic, thanks for still being here. I appreciate you. Um, but yeah, that's what it helps. I feel for me, it helps like de-stress as well. It alleviates, um, some of that pressure like builds up, and and for me, that's one of that condition, and there's different forms of it, of course. um, People have it in different manners, of course. There's different forms of PTSD. It's not just one form. There's different manners of it. Where if I hear a firework right now, a loud one, I'm gonna jump under the table or the bed and think it's an IED explosion or gunshots and like that, and which would cause me to probably do something that I don't want to do, and I just, so there's different types, you know, and but everyone in here though, I love all of you in here. You guys are a blessing to me and to my channel. You guys are always here with me, and I appreciate that. And you know, those that have left, I still appreciate you because, like my shirt says, I will always serve, or I was always support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, which I always will do. Um, and some people don't like what that stands for. And how could you not? You're a true traitor in this country. And that's just my opinion. I don't speak on behalf of anyone else. That's just my opinion, my humble opinion. Uh, Super Spy. I'm so sorry he used to go through that. No, that's okay, Super Spy. It's not your fault. You know, it's not your fault. You know, I'm just blessed though that I have my family with me, and um, and I just do my prayers, and that can help me. Not just with that, but there's one or two other things that I do have, but that those two things that I do not wish to disclose, um, because it's more of a personal level thing that will affect me. Um, Hoorah, my brother! Don't worry about it. Hoorah! That's right. Hoorah! Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi, whichever one you choose. Well, you want to do it the formal way, Semper Fidelis. Yeah, good old Marines. Yeah, that's why you got. That's why you got the good old Marines protecting the President of the United States. Come out of the helicopter. There they are. When you see the Marines standing right there by the West Wing, that means one thing, that he's still right there in the Oval Office. If anyone hasn't noticed that, yeah. Every now and then you see the Marine standing right there. That means he's still either in the Oval Office or walking around in that area on the West Wing. Uh, oh, hey, Zal, welcome back. Have a great 4th, everyone. Time to enjoy fireworks. Okay, go enjoy the fireworks. Have fun. Be safe. Don't get burned or anything like that, by the dangerous ones. Um, uh, yeah, yes, Paladin. I agree with that. Well, I honestly, Paladin, I never knew you served in the military, and so I salute you for your service. Thank you. And that was probably something that you kept to yourself. You wanted it to be private, and that's respectable. And I understand that, Um, and yeah, same here. I agree with that too. If shit did hit the fan, trust me, I got my tools to you know to take care of myself and my family and other stuff. So then that's what it is. I got I got certain tools that'll definitely take care of us. Um, Yeah, well, if I was with Paladin, everyone in here would be safe. They wouldn't have to worry one bit. Yeah, that's all I can say. You know, if I knew him in person, but let's just say if something were to happen and we were out and about, whatever, I go. But if we all knew each other here and like we were having an event here at a like let's just at the home at a party or something, and something did occur, or trust me, everyone in here would be safe. You know, uh, so no need to worry. Uh, um, Maria says, Sergeant Arberies, thank you for your service and everyone here who served. Thank you. Appreciate that, Maria. Thank you very much. You know, God bless you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Means a lot. Means a lot to everyone. And again, I don't like to brag about it a lot, but I do appreciate it. When I do mention it, I appreciate it because it just makes me feel good. Like I'm happy when I mentioned it. That I am a veteran because, my grandfather served as a Marine in World War II, and I'm just honored and proud to follow that tradition and to say I served. And I know some people though like don't like to say, you know, I served because they don't want people to say thank you for your service for serving our country. I know some people don't like to hear that. I don't expect people to say that. I'm not. I don't demand it. Saying you should be thanking them. Right? I don't demand that. Um, but and but all it's just something though. Sometimes I like to. I'm honored though to say that. Um, I was able to serve in one of the greatest military forces, you know, in the world. At least I say, um, people could say whatever they want about our military, but we don't have to worry because God's God's protecting us, our military, and this is His dream of the country He wants to see. You know, um, our military, you know, as free as we are, yes, we have our problems, but not like other countries who are so abusive and other stuff to their people, their citizens. Um, we feel that his dream was our country, that this is his vision, our country that came about. This was his vision. We could be wrong, but I feel that this was his vision. He envisioned a country that became the great United States of America. And this is his vision, you know, that we're not as abusive. Government is not as abusive to the people. And now when I say abusive, not grabbing someone and beating them with a stick just because they spit or they're chewing gum or they post something on social media about the government and now they're going to get whipped or, they're going to get killed or their families are going to get arrested. That's not what I mean when I say, you know, they're going to get abused like that. So that's what I envision. That's what he envisioned about us. Um, don't worry. Let me get to it. But don't worry about it. Said you better be proud. Hell yeah, I'm proud. Yeah, you sacrificed a lot of your time for our country. Thank you for your service. I appreciate that. Don't worry about it. And Paladin said, in my opinion, the U.S. should be like European countries. Once you hit 18, you should serve for 2 years mandatory. Then after that, it's up to you to continue serving or go on with your life. I think isn't that kind of like what Israel does? They have to automatically serve. I don't know if it's 2 years. I think it's 4 for Israel. Am I correct? Um, oh, and you're also entitled. You'll be entitled to benefits. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I think with the Israel one. I think you're required to um, serve. I don't know if it's 2 or 4. Yeah. But they do have to after school. They have to serve as well in the forces. Yeah, that's true. Paladin. It helps the young people to grow up and respect each other. It does, and it helps them with discipline as well. I believe it helps them with discipline. Once you get in there at 18 after they finish school, you develop more of that discipline. You know, and that's what it helps you with. I believe, my opinion of mine. If you grew up in a family that didn't really teach you about discipline or no respect, well, in the military you will develop a lot of that if you didn't already growing up. And and so yeah, that's how that's you know at least we see that, Paladin, me and you, from our experiences, you know, we've we've seen different things, along our lifetimes, and but we're our track record, speaks for itself, you know, and so I mean we're different eras, of course, different eras, time frames, and but you know, it does help you develop better your mindset, serving. I believe so as well. Your mindset. But yeah, that's you know, that's what I can say, right now. But everyone, I think I'm about to cut this short now. Well, not this ain't a short. um, before I do, I want to thank everyone that has stopped in today for watching uh, my live video. I appreciate the time that everyone took to spend with me here watching my video and all the comments in the chat. And I appreciate everyone that came in here: Zal, Tommy D, Quick Vic, Paladin, especially Sonia, um, Amy Gonzalez from earlier, way back in the beginning. She was in here. Maria, I think Maria. Don't worry about it. Super Spy. I'm looking if I missed it. Don't worry about it. Um, I don't know if I missed anyone. I'm going through the chat here as I speak. Um, Thank you, Maria. You have a great fourth, and everyone too. But yeah, no, yeah, everyone. Thanks again for all of you that stopped by, took the time to spend with me on this great Independence Day, 4th of July. And I appreciate the opportunity for me to speak on my mind, what was going on today, and you know, mostly everything was a free flow. Whatever was coming out of this mouth came out. Oh, okay, Paladin. Yeah. Okay, Sergeant Reese. Thank you for going live in our Independence Day food to spend time with a fellow veteran. I I appreciate that, Paladin. Yeah, and keep in touch. How do I get rid of this? Oh, okay. I'm still figuring this out. Yeah, Paladin, keep in touch. When I do a next live, hopefully you could stop by again. Like I said, even if it's for a minute, a few minutes, just to say hi or whatever. Feel free to. It's always good to see you. It's always good to see you. I appreciate that, Maria. Yeah, it's my great shirt that when I wear most of the time. Sometimes when I go out. But yeah, Paladin, please stop by again. When I do a next live, I greatly appreciate it. I haven't seen you, and yeah, I want to say at least uh, at a minimum a year. I would say that a minimum of a year. I can't. I don't know how much. Probably longer, but at a minimum, I will say it's been a year. I appreciate that, Paladin. Okay, everyone, be safe tonight. Wherever you're at in the East Coast, I'm here in the West Coast. Obviously, California right now. It's six. It's 18:11 if you're military time. 6:11 p.m. Uh, so everyone, be safe tonight. If you're going to be lighting fireworks with the family and the kids, if you're around them with fireworks, be careful. Be safe out there, and make sure you're blessed. You have your blessings around them with the kids, and be blessed that you're with them. Um, Paladin says, "Thank you for everyone for stopping by, supporting Sergeant Reese." Uh, thank you, Paladin. Thank you. I appreciate that comment, Paladin. Appreciate it. Okay. Thank you. Don't worry about it. Have a great one, also. But uh, yeah. So everyone, again, be careful tonight. Have a great time. Continue with your family and kids when you light fireworks. Be safe. If you're just gonna relax, just stay in the home and watch movies, shows, or whatever. Or just, if you're just gonna relax, listen, to music inside. You know, have a cup of water, a cup of coffee, have a adult beverage, as we would say, have some mineral water, or a cup of tea, or whichever beverage you, you prefer. You know, just be responsible. If you're gonna go out in town, be responsible. Don't drink and drive, and be safe out there. Okay, all right, everyone. Take care. God bless, and God bless everyone, and God bless the United States of America. God bless all of our troops who are serving overseas and here in the United States of America. So God bless everyone. Take care. All right. See, catch you on the next one. Bye.